So for me, a soft DNF is when I am not in the mood for a book. I start a book, I realize I'm not in the mood for the book. It's not grabbing me, it's not capturing my attention enough. And so I set it aside and I save it for later. I think my problem with this book is that I got 5% of the way in the audiobook, and there's so many names and terms. Sometimes I do have a hard time with fantasy if it's especially new word heavy in the fantasy with audiobooks. I plan to get back to this in the winter and to read it with my eyes in the physical form. I started reading this when an F1 race was on. I tried to go back to it when the F race was over and I couldn't get back into it. And then I just moved on to other books. So I will start this again. I will finish this. This is the only book that I don't know if I will try again. I DNF'd it 5% of the way in. I was also listening to it on audiobook. I don't know if I just didn't like the audio narrator or if I just was bothered that it was in the man's perspective at first. Gut instinct at 5% was like, I'm not going to enjoy this. So I don't know. We'll see. This is an example of wanting to read this, but it not being fall. I don't believe every paranormal creature like witches or vampires or the like need to be saved for fall. I just know that my mood dictates that a lot of those things need to be read during fall. So it's purely a me thing. If you can read books outside of a certain time period, that's amazing. And I wish I had that, but I don't. And that's why I have my soft DNF pile. I'm curious to see if anyone else soft DNFs, if you start a book and you're like, oh gosh, I'm not in the mood for this, or it's not really hitting at the moment, but I'll come back to it. I'm curious if anyone else does that.